The morning sun poured through tall hospital windows when everyone else had already given up on him, and it was in that light that Mireya Coulson's life became forever tied to a man the world feared. She was a chubby black woman with tired eyes and gentle hands, the kind people overlooked in hallways, yet on that day she stood beside the bed of a paralyzed mafia boss who could not move, could not speak clearly, and could not even turn his head without help. The machines hummed softly, daylight reflecting off polished floors, and something unexplainable settled into Mireya's chest, a feeling that this broken man would change her life in ways she could not imagine. Before the story goes any further, if you believe kindness can rewrite even the darkest destinies, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Dreams Dairy. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that still believe in second chances. Mireya had grown up learning how to care before she learned how to dream. She had spent her youth tending to a sick grandmother, missing school dances and sunny afternoons because responsibility always came first. When she took the job as a private caregiver, she thought it would be temporary, just another way to pay rent and keep food on the table. The patient's name was Lucien Valazzo, a man whispered about in newspapers and feared in entire neighborhoods. A gunshot injury had left him paralyzed from the neck down, his empire crumbling as daylight continued to rise without him. The doctors said he would live, but never lead again. Most nurses requested reassignment. Mireya stayed. Every day unfolded under bright skies and open curtains. Mireya washed Lucien's face with warm cloths, spoke to him even when he barely responded, and read to him from old newspapers so he could still feel connected to the world outside. She never asked about his past. She never flinched when men in dark suits came and went during visiting hours, their shadows stretching long across sunlit floors. Mireya believed that whatever a man had been, he was now simply human, trapped in his own body, watching daylight pass him by. The challenges were heavy and relentless. Lucien was angry in silence, his eyes sharp with regret and pride, his breathing sometimes harsh when memories overtook him. Mireya faced exhaustion, loneliness, and the quiet judgment of people who could not understand why she would devote herself to someone like him. Yet she stayed. She learned the rhythm of his days, the subtle changes in his breathing, the way his eyes softened when sunlight touched the room. Slowly, something inside Lucien shifted. The rage that once ruled cities faded into something quieter, something almost like shame. Years passed measured by seasons visible through windows. Summer mornings with birdsong drifting in, autumn light turning golden, winter brightness bouncing off white streets, and spring returning hope again and again. Lucien's criminal empire dissolved without him. Allies vanished. Enemies forgot him. Only Mireya remained, faithful and steady, bringing dignity into a life stripped bare. She spoke to him about forgiveness, about how the sun rose every day no matter what had happened before. Lucien listened. He absorbed her words like medicine. What Mireya never knew was that Lucien was watching her as closely as she watched him. He saw her worn shoes, her quiet sacrifices, the way she smiled at strangers even when her own life felt small. In her care, he discovered something he had never known when he ruled through fear: peace. The man who once commanded armies could now only move his eyes, yet inside him grew a resolve stronger than any power he had wielded before. One bright morning, daylight flooding the room more brilliantly than ever, Lucien gathered all his strength. His breathing changed, his eyes fixed on Mireya with an intensity that startled her. With immense effort and years of therapy finally aligning, he managed to force words through lips long silent. He asked to go inside, not the room, but into a life beyond hospital walls, into a future Mireya had never imagined. Those simple words shattered the quiet routine and revealed the truth he had kept hidden. Lucien had arranged everything. His remaining legal fortune, untouched by blood or crime, was meant for her. The transition was overwhelming. Papers were signed in sunlit offices. Doctors confirmed Lucien could be moved to a private home designed for his needs. Mireya stood trembling as the reality settled in. The man she had cared for was offering her more than money. He was offering belonging, security, and purpose beyond survival. She moved with him into a peaceful estate filled with gardens, open skies, and laughter she had forgotten was possible. Mireya did not become his servant or his shadow. She became his family. Lucien spent his days under the sun, surrounded by green lawns and quiet breezes. He funded hospitals, supported caregivers, and dismantled what remained of his old world. Mireya oversaw charities in daylight-filled rooms, her voice steady, her confidence growing. Together, without romance or grand gestures, they built redemption through ordinary goodness. The world never fully forgave Lucien, but Mireya did, and that forgiveness changed everything. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment now to like, share, and subscribe to Dreams Dairy. Your engagement keeps meaningful stories alive and reminds the world that compassion still matters. Before the ending, a special request: please comment below and share what kindness means to you, because your words may inspire someone who needs hope today. On a warm afternoon years later, Mireya watched the sun set beyond open windows, Lucien resting peacefully nearby. She realized that power had nothing to do with fear, and dignity had nothing to do with wealth. It was found in patience, in care given freely, and in the courage to stay when everyone else walks away. The daylight faded gently, leaving behind a truth that would last far longer than shadows ever could.